What's up, everybody? Michael Silva here, excited to show you the Party Starter scan. If you've been following me for a while, I've been talking about this scan for quite some time. It's helped me find setups such as AMC, ticker symbol FUBO, and many other strong players. Now, the psychology behind this is all about getting to the party, having your fun, and getting out before the cops show up. So there's going to be a couple settings here that we're going to be kind of going into, and I'll be walking you through some charts in this video. So let's just go ahead and get right into that. The first thing that we're going to want to do is go to finviz.com. Once you're there, click the screener tab and hit the tab that says all. From this point, we are now going to choose a signal. The signal that we'll be choosing is unusual volume. Unusual volume allows us to see a stock that has more volume coming in for the day relative to previous trading days. An easy way to think about this in terms of the Party Starter scan is think about it about your friends potentially talking to a lot of people saying that they might be having a party soon. Now, an important part of this signal is to look at the day's performance. Now, the day's performance, you want to make sure that it's up. Now, as a quick note, this is a scan that I use every single day and even intraday as well. The next option that I want to choose is volume, average volume. What I would like to see here is typically, I personally like trading with the million plus. However, because we're going to be showing you small cap, medium cap, even micro cap and large cap companies, what I want you to do is click over 100,000 because this will allow us to see more small cap companies that might be set to really start taking off. The next thing that I want you to do is go ahead and click the industry. And from there, I want to choose stocks only. This will allow me to just see individual companies in this scanner. The next thing that I want you to do is go ahead and double click volume so it stack ranks it from highest to lowest. This is going to allow us to see the most liquid stocks. It's important to trade stocks that are highly liquid because it's going to allow you to move in and out of a position very quickly. And just because it's at the top of the list does not mean that it's a good setup. I want to be very clear here. Just because it's up here does not mean that the party hasn't started. The party may have already started, and it could just be showing that you'd be showing up late. So there's a specific set of rules that we look for as we kind of go through the charts. The next option that we want to choose is market cap. Now, you can choose whichever you feel comfortable with. You can go with any, and it will give you a list right here. You can see right now as I run this scan, we have 3 pages, a total of 58 different stocks that you can choose from and look at. However, what I personally like to do is I like to go from small, then to medium, and then to large. And then I like to keep it separate on a watch list where I can individually kind of see what is taking place. So to begin, I'm going to go ahead and click small. Now, as you can see, that narrows it down to 12 small cap companies between $300 million and $2 billion market caps. From this point, what I like to do is go ahead and click the charts tab and then hit candle. From there, it's going to give us a good look of all the charts that are currently trading with these options. Now, what do I look for in the Party Starter scan? Well, there's a couple of things I look for. I look for 1, a stock that is about to break through an area of resistance, and or 2, a stock that is pulling back to a potential area of support. So when I look at this, when I see AMC, this actually showed up on my scanner before the party started off. And when I look at this now, this is not something that I would personally be putting on my watch list because of its given current price action. As I move down the list, I can see this candle recently just broke out, so I was late to the party. Now, it says 34% for that day, so it's a big move in a single day. That's not to say that this cannot go higher, but personally, it's not something that I would hop into right now because it would feel like I'm chasing it. MUX, the same thing. We saw a huge move to the upside on an open, and then it came all the way back down. So right now, because of that price action, I would pass. I would do the same thing with here, and then right here, RIGL. So I like this look so far. You can see this green big bar down here. Okay, so we had a day that was up today, and you can see the price action. Okay, so the price action ran all the way up to $4. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and click this, and I'll show you a little bit better look. So you can see that it's been consolidating sideways between $3.50 and $4. So this is something that I would add on my watch list. I don't personally like this current candle that's forming here, but what this tells me is if we get above $4, the party might get started where we can see it squeeze up significantly higher. Clearly, $4 is an area of resistance and we have volume coming in. The only thing, like I said, is this long upper wick, so it shows that the bears pushed it right back down. But this offers up a good risk versus reward trade because you can have a stop loss, say at around $3.32, and you can enter in right around $3.51. You'd be risking around 20 cents per share for a potential breakout of $4. So this one would go on the watch list. As we continue to look through the list, you can start seeing like this right here is something that I would pass on. This right here would have been nice if I would have caught it a little bit earlier in the day, but it already made a pretty significant move. Fuse, this was actually up on the day and it formed a nice hammer candle. So this is something that I might watch for. So if we click that, you can see that we had a big gap up and now we're starting to see a pretty significant pull down. And right at around $11, we're starting to see some support build right there. So I could look at this as a potential opportunity if we get above $11.73 or even above this previous daily candles hammer, the top of it, which is $11.62, that could send us higher. So this is one of the examples where it's pulling down into a level of support. You're starting to see some long upper wicks, which could represent a potential bottom forming right here to potentially move up higher in the chart. So what you want to do here is look for a breakout above this previous resistance, which is $11.72. And if we get above that on good volume, we might head higher. So we've found a couple already small cap stocks. Let's keep going through the list. NWN also looks like a decent setup. If I go ahead and click that, you can see the big green bar of volume coming in here, and you can see that it's working itself at a very prior area of resistance. Then resistance became support, and now we're at an area of resistance again. So if we start breaking above 47, we might easily go tack 50 as the next level of resistance. If we start breaking above $52.40, that could really send this stock a lot higher. As you can see, it has been consolidating sideways since October here. So this would also be something I would be looking out for. But take in mind the context of the chart here. It's trending down. We're putting in lower highs and lower lows. So that is also something you need to consider. We're swimming up a river right here. Back at looking at the charts, you have ticker symbol AWH. I don't personally like this look of this big run to the upside. That's not to say it can't go higher. This ticker symbol right here, we can already see a huge move. We missed that move, so I'd be passing on this one. And then the last one we have right here on the small caps is ticker symbol NESR. This is actually one that I recently alerted on Twitter. I do like this because we have some strong volume coming into this small cap. We had a hammer candle here, and we're starting to see it break above resistance. So I would enter in, and I would have a stop loss right below $10 to see if we get a continuation move heading into next week. So just so you know, I did enter into a small position as stated. I posted on Twitter, and it was only a 100 share position. You need to be very, very careful managing risk with this because some of these stocks can really take off on you in either direction. So if we go back to the filters, we just looked through the small caps and found some really good opportunities. The next thing that you want to do is go ahead and go to mid cap and do the same exact thing. Now looking at mid cap, I'm pretty quick at looking, and I'm not seeing the greatest setups in the mid caps today. But that doesn't mean that on come Monday or the next trading days, whenever you watch this, you won't see new setups. So right here might be something that I would take a look at. It was up 2.96, it gapped down. Let me go ahead and click on the chart. So we gapped down into an area of previous resistance. When resistance is broken, it then becomes support. So you see it bounce, gap down, and then we saw it move into the body of this previous day's candle. So this is actually could be considered a bullish type candle reversal pattern right here, and we could see continuation to the upside. What I don't like seeing is the long upper wick right above us going above 50. So if this is something that you personally would like to trade, you could enter in right around where it's current trading and have a stop loss below this candle and potentially play the bounce higher. The volume does support a move continuing to the upside. However, it's just up to you whether or not this makes sense for your trading strategy. But like I said, it does somewhat make sense on the pullback, and now you're starting to see some strength come in, supported by volume and previous resistance, which then becomes support. So I would actually consider this something that I would put on the watch list. Then the last one I want to do is go ahead and go to large. In large, you can see we have 2 stocks that showed up currently, so that's okay. Some days you might see a lot more charts, and then you could go through them. As you can see, we missed this move up 64%. That's ticker symbol NVAX. So we broke out of this long period of consolidation. If we saw this yesterday, we would have seen also an uptick in volume. That would have gave us a good signal to potentially get in for a good trade, and we would have woke up the next day with a huge gain. This ticker symbol OTOS, not really liking it. We're seeing it was an up day, big red bar of candle coming in, but we have a lot of resistance still above us at 68. So maybe this is something that you want to come back and visit if we get back up into those levels. Now that was the last one, but there's also mega cap. And if we go ahead and click mega cap, it does not have anything currently within that. So I hope that that helps you. This is the party starter scan. Couple last closing thoughts on this is you need to be very careful scanning for unusual volume, because unusual volume can also signal that the market might be heading down or that individual equity. So it's important to look at the performance and seeing it as up for the day. And you want to look at this intraday, and you want to look at this later after the daily close to do some analysis. Now, this is looking at daily time frames. So what I would suggest is you also look at weekly time frames if you're swing trading, or potentially even the smaller time frames if you decide to day trade it either that day or the following day as well. Once again, this is the party starter scan. You want to look for areas of resistance that we might be breaking out, and don't chase the stocks such as KOSS right here, where it's this big move to the upside, or AMC. What you want to look for is a stock setup that's about to break out, or it's pulling back into a solid level of support to give you the risk first reward trade to keep your strategy at bay. All right, everybody, I will see you on the next video.